What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. I wasn't even going to do this video today. I had something else in mind. I still have two other videos on my list that I got to do. But somebody asked me for a YA story. They said, you haven't done a YA story in a while. Excuse me. I actually think I may have done this story. But because I can't remember, and if I did, it was a while back, we're going to do this one again. I've talked about how YA was different. YA to me was gladiator school. I think to anybody that's been there, it's gladiator school. I think it was Splinter from Prison Point of View. Shout out to Splinter. Go ahead and check out his channel. I think it was on his channel where he had said that. Oh, yeah, it was on his channel. He said me and Gunner had bonded over being YA babies. And he said YA guys think they're better than everyone else. And he's not really wrong. There's an extreme arrogance that guys that have been through YA have when they enter the system. I also believe that it's an advantage that they have. I don't know as far as the whites, how they do it. I know as far as the raza from Southern California, vatos that were in YA, that were really putting in work in YA, they're looked at as if they do have a huge advantage over guys that had never been to YA and hadn't performed in jail under those circumstances. The YA games build you mentally to be strong. So there's a lot that goes into it. And in YA, everybody thinks they're hard. And if somebody else is supposedly harder, that's the guy you're going to get down with next. That's just the way YA was. And that's why I've said it was a horrible experiment because, those of us that went, like I've said a bunch of times, when we got out within 6 months, majority of them, not everybody, but the majority, within 6 months of being released from the California Youth Authority, they were either dead or fighting a murder case or some kind of serious case, because dudes would get out of YA, this guy included, and really, really thought they were the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. Before I forget, thought you got away. I forgot it. My apologies. So anyways, I was in Paso, got kicked out of Paso, and then went to YTS, and that's where I paroled from. I've talked about how in Paso, it was very, very racist, especially the unit I was on. And the unit I was on with Damian Porter. Check out Damian Porter's channel. There were a lot of rules that dealt with raza's interaction with blacks, and there was those rules where there was no wiggle room. And that's why I trip out and I see the comments like in my old video about why raza didn't give blacks head up fades. The point of that video was they don't give each other head up fades. So why would they give anyone else? That was the whole gist of it. But there were too many people, or no, I take that back. There were some people that just saw it as something racially motivated, right? And then they talk about how, yeah, if Mexicans didn't have weapons, they'd be in trouble. Mexicans can't fight and this and that. But every black man that went through the California Youth Authority knows we got down. Like we got down with each other, head up, one-on-one. So I trip on it. Now this story today is going to be a fight that I had with baby boy from A-Tray. I think it was A-Tray Gangsters, if I remember right. He was, I believe he was about 24 years old when it happened. He had been there a long ass time, and he was kind of like their guy. In our dorm, he was like their guy, right? He was quiet. I don't think I had ever even heard him talk. He was just he would mind his own business, and he had been down a really long time, man. Myself, on the other hand, I was a complete fuck up. I was always fighting. I just didn't care, man. I just didn't give a damn. And my road dog was Droopy from Eastside Paramount, right? We were both fuck ups. Droopy used to have this one guy, huge white dude. He wasn't a wood. He was just like a regular dude with a big mouth, right? And Droopy had hands. Anybody that knows Droopy from Eastside Paramount knows he has hands. That was my dog too, right? They knew he had hands, and Droopy used to fucking that big white dude. We're just gonna call him O, okay? And Droopy would post up like so. There's when you come out of the dorm. You come out of the dorm to the left, when you pass the YC station in the right gate, to the left is a shower room. In front of you is the latrine, and to the right is to go into the day room, right? And we might be going out one day, and like Droopy, where the fuck Droopy go? He's gone. And we're walking out. No, he's not gone. The fool is, he would be crouched down somewhere hiding, and when O would walk by, he would sock him. Boom! But he couldn't knock him out. He would drop him sometimes. He would daze him, but he wouldn't knock him out. And his whole thing was, I'm going to knock this dude out. And he's cold cocking the dude. That big old dude could take the punch, but he never fought back. I think finally one day he did fight back, but not with Droopy. It was in the day room. I don't remember who he fought, man, but he just had a big mouth. Anyways, when you were a fuck up in YA, depending on what dorm you were on in Paso, they either called it contract status or modified program. It's the same thing. They took your locker from you. They would go either lock it in the back. They had this little room in the back of the dorm on the outside. They would lock it in there. Or if there was an empty cell, because they had 11 cells in the dorm. If there was one that was empty, they would fucking lock it in there. Or they would actually just spin it around so the lock and the door are against the wall, right? The only thing you were allowed to have was your cosmetics, your clothes, and writing material. That was it. No food. You weren't allowed to have no food items. You weren't, and when you went to store, you could only go $5, and it was to get either writing material or cosmetics. What are you gonna spend with $5, right? I mean, what are you gonna buy? So Droopy and I are on contract status, and that dorm, it was called contract. We're on contract status. All we had was a cardboard box, and you had to lock it up in the middle of the night. You had to put it in this room next to the quiet room. They would lock it up, and then in the mornings they would unlock it, and all of us on contract would go get our box and put it right there next to our bunk. That was our fucking locker, right? Well, one morning they called. They unlocked the riot gate. Everybody goes rushing in the latrine, and I didn't feel like getting up. So I was laying there. Droopy was right across from me. He was laying in his bunk, and we're kind of like bullshitting with each other. Hey, what's up, fool? This and that. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody pretty much had already washed up, and they're in the day room, and we didn't give a fuck that day. We're just like, man, we're kicking it. And then I start catting out, fucking around, right? Aha! Getting all loud in the dorm. And there was, I think, probably there was like five blacks that were around us, that were at their lockers, getting shit out of their lockers, getting ready for chow. Droopy and I hadn't even got up yet to get ready. Fuck that. We're gonna just fuck the program up for a second. So I'm getting loud, and Droopy's laughing, right? So I want to make the homie laugh, so I and this dude, from Pomona, Trey 57, he tells me, hey, man, why don't you keep it down? What? So why don't you fuck yourself? Fucking ever tell me what to do. Now it's different. Me and the homie were bullshitting. Now this dude did that. I have to react the way I reacted. It can't go down to where he told me something like that and I actually shut up. It's not going to happen. So I told him, go fuck yourself. Don't fucking ever tell me what to do. Well, he made another comment. If you don't shut up, I'll fuck you up. And I told him, you better get to fucking some shit up then. instead of him getting at me, I don't know how it happened because I'm really not. I just, you know, out of the corner of my eye, keeping an eye on him. I'm still in bed. Like, I'm not tripping on you, fool. Like, if you want to get down, we'll get down right now. There was no cops on the door, nothing. Like, what are we wasting our time talking about? But you got the wrong one. You ain't going to tell me nothing. So I keep catting out. Now I'm doing it even more to be fucking annoying to this cat, right? And like I said, there's 5 or 6 blacks right there. Droopy's on his bunk and he's watching, and I'm just catting out. He's laughing. Then Baby Boy comes out. Haha goes over to Baby Boy. Guess he's complaining to him that I'm being loud. What? We're in a motherfucking dorm in the California Youth Authority, Gladiator School. The fuck you worried about what kind of noise I make and when I make it? Why is different than the joint, right? So, Baby Boy starts coming around the thing. And he's like, hey, man, this, I don't remember what he said. But him being like 23, 24 years old, having been down a long ass time and being like the main dude for them, I don't know anything about his background. Never seen him get down, never heard nothing, but I was told he was respected by all them, and he was always quiet. He was like like he cleaned the dorm. I don't know what, he had some kind of job in the dorm. I don't know what the fuck his job was, right? But he was an older dude. So when he comes around the wall towards my bunk, I stand up. Mind you, I'm in shower shoes, are the only things that are right there. So I stepped into my shower shoes. But when he came towards me and I got up, there wasn't much room between us, right? The back of my knees were basically touching my bunk. And he tried to tell me the same thing. That I better quit making noise and this and this and that, right? And I was like, man, fuck you. What the fuck you think you're talking? I got about that far. And this is the thing. It's like little kid shit. He pushed me. With my knees touching the bed, back of my knees, right? When he pushed me, I fell on the bed. When I fell on the bed, when I bounced back up, I grabbed him by right here, right? With my left hand. And he had a nice gold chain. So when I used that when I was bouncing back up, and I grabbed him by right here, his chain in his shirt, I used that to pull up. And boom, socked him in his fucking face, right? And I kept pulling him towards me by his chain and his shirt and just socking him in his face. And I'm telling him, let's go, bitch. Let's do this. Is it what the fuck you want? Long story short, the Huras come running in. I get a fucking write-up for beating the shit out of this dude. Right? But the thing is, by the way, I broke his chain. I wanted to keep it, but I said nah, because it would have created a whole bunch of bullshit in the dorm. This fight really isn't about, the story isn't really about the fight itself. The fact that I beat the guy up that was trying to police the motherfucking dorm. It isn't even about trying to police the motherfucking dorm. You know what the story is for me? Let me give you a hint. Me and Droopy were no longer road dogs after that day. I was so mad at that dude. I won. I didn't even get touched. I didn't care about getting a level B and getting time ads and all that. I didn't care about none of that. What I cared about was this. And I had the conversation with him. Shout out Droopy. He was a down ass dude. He wasn't a coward, nothing like that. But my thing to him was, homie, if anybody would have walked up on you on your bunk, I would have went and stood right next to you like, there's 2 of us, homie. But instead, there was about 5 or 6 blacks there. 2 of them walked up on my bunk. And you stayed sitting on your bunk There was no show of solidarity. There was no thought in their minds, if we fuck with one of them, we're going to fuck with both of them. You allowed the impression, which was the reality, if I fucking do anything to this dude, the other one ain't going to do shit. And I had that conversation with him because when I went to the box, went to, well, they call it the box over there. It would be like the equivalent of Ad Seg in prison. I got back out 24 hours later, and I told Droopy, I said, hey, homie, I'm cool with you, Holmes. He's like, what? I said, I'm not fucking with you no more, homie. Like, you're feeding me and everything, but you ain't my dog, eh? Like, I'm cool. And he's like, what are you tripping on, though? I said, why you stay on your bunk? Why didn't you come and stand next to me? He's like, fool, you whooped his ass. That's not the point. There probably wouldn't even have been a fight if you would have got up like, hey, Holmes, hold on, eh? You know what I mean? And stood next to me. There was no way I would ever let anybody, I don't care who they are, walk up on you on your bunk. It's not how we get down if we're really cool. So I kind of feel bad now because Droopy probably going to see this, or somebody that knows him is be like, hey, Droopy, this dude's talking shit about you. I ain't talking shit about you, Droopy. You know this is all what happened. And you know we had that conversation after. And I had that conversation with you. And I don't even know if I could have whooped you back then. But you know how it was. Everybody that was in YA, they know how it was. You keep it real. You get down. We fought constantly in there. But that story is always stuck in my head. It was a jewel for me. It was a learning point for me. No matter what, you're on your own. You know, YA was very much like that. But I've always been the kind of dude where if I got your back, I got your back, homie. You know, I told the story of Rubio. When he got crossed up in the joint, everybody was warned. If you try to help him, you're going to wind up in his shoes. I tried to help him. I've always been that kind of person. My word means something to me. To this very day, if I give you my word, believe it, bank it. Anyways, that's my story for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. There's another one for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And share with somebody who you think would enjoy it. I fucking have a feeling people are going to be sharing it with Droopy. Let me tell you a quick story about Droopy. Droopy was fucking feed me, but he was shermed out back then. Eh? I remember I was in visiting, and we weren't even on the same compa yet. We weren't even on the same dorm yet. And in visiting back then, your family could bring in food, right? And my dad came to visit me. And Droopy was on the table next to us with his dad. And my dad picks up this Igloo cooler and he puts it up on the table. And he's like, hey, mijo, you want something to drink? And I was like, yeah. And I looked over and I didn't know him, but they didn't have any food or nothing on their table, right? And I go, hey, homie, you want something to drink? And he goes, hey, fool, you got beer? What the fuck? And we all started laughing, like, beer? How the fuck we gonna have beer in here? He goes, oh, I'm tripping, homie. Normally when somebody's like, hey, fool, you want something to drink? I'm thinking we're gonna get fucking buzzed. That was Droopy. One of the funniest dudes ever, Holmes. That dude was known because in YA, he was known because they said he was that guy in juvenile hall that if you wanted somebody fucking beat down, give Droopy your tray, your breakfast tray, and he'll go beat him up for you. That vato had hands, but he couldn't knock out Big O. Anyways, again, that's my story for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is one of the stories, one of the fucking very rare stories where I put everybody's name. We were all kids, except baby boy, you know you were grown ass man, fool. What was I? 16, 17 at the time. It happened though, right? Anyways, you guys, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.